Game 1 of the playoffs, the Fever had nearly 2 million viewers tuning in, while all the other games had around 400,000. Even the WNBA Countdown, which was aired before the Indiana Fever game, had more viewers than 2 of the series.
The league versus Caitlin Clark, and that is just absolutely false. It is unfair to the women that have been there building this league to this moment so that Caitlin Clark's popularity could take it to the next level.
Caitlin Clark will be absent from league basketball for an incredible 23 days, and viewer numbers are already declining following her playoff loss.
And it looks like we're not going to be seeing Caitlin Clark play basketball again for another 200 days. An ESPN reporter said at the end of the Indiana Fever Connecticut Sun Game 2 that Caitlin Clark almost definitely will not be playing basketball this offseason. So no overseas and no 3-on-3 unrivaled league.
Experts and fans are openly turning away from the WNBA, declaring they are done watching. But before we dive into that, let's take a closer look at just how much Caitlin Clark has influenced the league this year. The numbers might just blow your mind.
Before the 2023 season, the WNBA had grown by 40% viewership from 2022 to 2023. But with Caitlin Clark's arrival, it's grown by 400% viewership. What that means is if the WNBA were continue to grow at the rate it grew from 22 to 23, it would take until 2028 to do what Caitlin Clark did this year.
Believe it or not, Caitlin Clark's announcement came as a shock to fans. Now, analysts like Molly Karam and Monica McNutt on ESPN may finally see who the real face of the WNBA is. With Caitlin out, attendance is expected to hit a season low.
I wonder if Caitlin, in every post-game press conference, she came out and talked about the kind of hateful comments that she was getting. If she came out and told everybody the reason why she has personal security that goes with her every single place, it's a lot. And so it's not just Caitlin Clark fans or Indiana Fever fans. It is not all going in one direction.
Caitlin Clark, the standout star from Iowa, has officially completed her rookie season in the WNBA, and her impact has been nothing less than game-changing. The electrifying rookie, known for her long-range shooting and elite playmaking, captured the attention of fans all season long, setting new records in viewership and attendance wherever she played. Unfortunately, Clark's debut season came to an early end with a tough playoff loss to the Connecticut Sun, cutting short what many hoped would be a deeper postseason run. Still, her influence on the league has been undeniable. This season, she was the key driver behind the Fever's league-leading attendance, both at home and on the road.
This kid's on the wrong team. She's got the wrong skill set to handle the physicality of that league. And she's a rookie, targeted by society, targeted by her looks, targeted by her reputation, targeted by the disrespect that they've shown to the WNBA. She said, no, they're expecting this rookie class to be perfect. This rookie class isn't even one of the best rookie classes in the last 10 years.
Every time Caitlin Clark stepped on the court, arenas were packed with excited fans, some even traveling from across the country just to see her sink deep threes, thread perfect passes, and display her exceptional basketball IQ. Her presence was magnetic, consistently drawing huge crowds and elevating the Fever's national profile. As a result, the team saw a major surge in popularity, quickly becoming one of the most watched squads in the WNBA. But now, with Clark out of the playoffs, the league is facing a tough stretch. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe my channel for more awesome content. Thanks.
The Caitlin Clark effect is definitely real. I mean, we can all see that. However, experiencing it in person is totally different. I was at the Fever and Indiana game last night, and the amount of 22s that I saw on the way to the arena and inside the Capital One Arena might as well have just been a home game for Caitlin Clark. Not Indiana, Caitlin Clark. The thing is, that didn't surprise me. But what did surprise me was how packed the game was.
It's not just Fever fans feeling Caitlin Clark's absence. The entire WNBA is already experiencing a noticeable drop in viewership since her playoff exit. Weekend games, which typically draw the highest ratings of the season, are expected to see a sharp decline without Clark on the court. Fans weren't just watching for their favorite teams, they were tuning in for Clark. Her dynamic performances made her must-see TV. Caitlin Clark has gone beyond being just a standout player for the Fever. She's become a full-fledged superstar whose influence reaches across the entire league. Her absence in the postseason is a loss not just for her team, but for the WNBA as a whole. Her star power was a key factor in the league's growing audience, and without it, the momentum is already taking a hit.
Caitlin's departure, do we think that these new WNBA fans are going to stick around for the rest of the playoffs? The Liberty Aces series might be one that draws some numbers. The disparity between 1.8 million and around 400,000 is wild, especially with football season being in full swing.
It's incredibly rare for a rookie to shake up a professional league the way Caitlin Clark has, but she's anything but ordinary. From the moment she set foot on a WNBA court, she demanded attention. Her electric performances quickly thrust her into conversations usually reserved for all-time greats, with many comparing her impact to that of LeBron James and Stephen Curry in the NBA. The excitement she generated went far beyond her own fan base. Clark became a league-wide sensation. Her rare combination of scoring dominance and elite playmaking made her a true unicorn on the court. The fact that so many fans have disengaged from the WNBA playoffs in her absence speaks volumes about the massive influence she's had, all in just her first season.
Okay, now let's not talk viewership, let's talk ticket sales. Bear with me. Ticket sales grew in 2023 by 16% from 2022. Ticket sales have grown by 93% in 2024. What that means is without Caitlin Clark, the WNBA would have taken till 2029 or 2030 to get to where Caitlin Clark has gotten them today.
Reflecting on Caitlin Clark's season, it's clear that fatigue may have been a major factor in the Fever's inability to make a deeper playoff run. Clark endured a grueling stretch of basketball, playing an extraordinary number of games between her record-breaking college season at Iowa and her first year in the WNBA, nearly rivaling the workload of NBA stars during a full regular season. She went from leading Iowa to the NCAA finals straight into her professional debut with the Fever, and then quickly into the WNBA playoffs, all with little time to rest or recover. It's no surprise that, by season's end, Clark appeared physically drained. Yet even in those taxing moments, she continued to deliver at an elite level, displaying incredible stamina, sharp basketball IQ, and unwavering determination. Against the Connecticut Sun, Clark gave it her all, scoring 25 points, handing out 9 assists, and bringing her signature intensity to the court. But despite her standout performance, it wasn't enough to extend the Fever's playoff run. Clark embraced the pressure and tried to shoulder the load during key stretches of the game. However, as phenomenal as she is, basketball remains a team sport, and the Fever's lack of consistent support on both offense and defense ultimately brought their season to an end.
With Caitlin comes millions and millions and millions of more eyeballs. And with those millions and millions and millions of more eyeballs, unfortunately, is going to come some people who are not nice.
Fouls became an unfortunate subplot in Caitlin Clark's final game of the season. Several questionable calls went against her, sparking frustration among fans and analysts, many of whom questioned whether she was being officiated differently because of her rising star status. These calls disrupted her rhythm and limited her ability to fully take command of the game. Still, Clark remained composed under pressure. Despite the setbacks, she stayed focused and continued to lead her team with grit and determination, doing everything she could to push the Fever into the next round. But without consistent offensive support from her teammates and just a bit more luck on the defensive end, her valiant effort wasn't enough to overcome the Suns' relentless play.
A lot of things that this group accomplished that, a lot of people probably didn't think was possible, one, to start the season, and two, after the start we had to the season. So, yeah, it'll definitely be probably a little weird for me over the course of the first couple weeks, and then I'm sure I'll get bored and pick up a basketball again, so.
Caitlin Clark has decided to take a well-earned break following her demanding rookie season. So far, there's been no sign of her joining a European team for the off-season or participating in 3-on-3 tournaments. Instead, she's choosing to focus on rest and recovery, both mentally and physically. While many players use the off-season to develop their game overseas or in smaller competitions, Clark is stepping back to prioritize her well-being. After playing nearly as many games as an NBA player and carrying the weight of being a franchise cornerstone in her very first year, the decision is understandable. Beyond the physical exhaustion, Clark also bore the emotional and mental pressures of leading a team and constantly being in the national spotlight. Her impact on the league has been nothing short of transformative. Her meteoric rise brought a flood of new fans to women's basketball. But with Clark out of action for now, the WNBA is already seeing a drop in engagement. And it's not just die-hard Fever fans tuning out. The entire league is feeling the dip. Many viewers had been watching specifically to see Clark in action. Her thrilling style of play and magnetic personality brought a level of visibility and excitement the WNBA hasn't experienced in years. For a league long in search of a defining superstar, Caitlin Clark has undeniably filled that role.
But they don't want it to grow if it's certain people at the face. And there is still this undertone of jealousy that for some reason I cannot get around calling it anything else but that, because I don't know what else it could be. I thought it was going to get better this season, but it hasn't. There are still people who seemingly, to me, feel like they just don't want Caitlin to be a part of it.
Caitlin Clark has made a monumental impact on the game of basketball. Her standout performances at Iowa, followed by an impressive rookie season in the WNBA, have turned her into a household name, not just in the US, but across the globe. Clark has played a major role in elevating the visibility of women's basketball to unprecedented heights, inspiring a new generation of athletes and injecting fresh excitement into the sport. With her clutch shooting, fierce competitive spirit, and undeniable charisma, she's captured the imagination of basketball fans worldwide. However, with Clark no longer on the court, the global spotlight on the WNBA has dimmed somewhat. The drop in viewership since her playoff exit highlights just how powerful her presence truly is. Her appeal extends far beyond the box score. It reflects a broader cultural shift in how women's basketball is perceived and celebrated. Without Clark's electric energy and star power, the WNBA is already feeling the ripple effects of her absence. It's a testament to how central she has become to the league's momentum and growth on a global scale. Caitlin Clark isn't just the face of the Indiana Fever, she's emerging as the face of the entire WNBA. Her dynamic playing style and larger-than-life presence have established her as a transformational figure in the sport. As the playoffs move forward without one of the league's brightest stars, it's becoming increasingly clear, Caitlin Clark isn't just a rising talent, she represents the future of women's basketball.
The response of folks that don't think she is praised enough and she is above reproach in terms of criticism, or that praising another player is an affront to her, is like, whoa, bro. Like, also, like, you're not mentioned talking about women's basketball. I've never ever seen you before in my life. Like,
while the WNBA is filled with incredible talent, it's Caitlin Clark who has become the league's driving force, captivating audiences and expanding its fan base like never before. Her ability to generate buzz both on and off the court has made her the centerpiece of the WNBA's growing global presence. Now, with Clark taking a well-deserved break, the league faces a major challenge: keeping the momentum going without one of its most magnetic stars. Her absence has created a noticeable void in excitement, one that, for many fans, simply can't be filled. The Fever's standout season, marked by the highest home and away attendance in the league, is a clear reflection of Clark's unmatched impact on fan engagement. She brought energy, attention, and a renewed sense of passion to women's basketball. But with her team now out of the playoffs, some fans have stopped tuning in altogether, waiting for her return. That alone speaks volumes about the influence Clark holds not just within her team, but across the entire league. Her star power is undeniable, and as we look ahead to next season, all eyes will be on her comeback. Fans are already counting down, knowing that Caitlin Clark's return has the potential to reignite the league and elevate the game to even greater heights.
What is the major point that you want to make here, your major thesis statement on this? Because every time Caitlin Clark comes up, I feel like there's something that you want to get off your chest in terms of this narrative, where you're frustrated.
Well, first of all, I'm not frustrated. Number two, I did get stuff off my chest on numerous occasions. I'm just reiterating my points because I think one of the things that needed to be mentioned was that even though Caitlin Clark is new to this, and even though she has proven to be a potentially sensational player, the resentment that some, not most, not all, that stuff that was going on was real.
Although Caitlin Clark's rookie season may have ended sooner than many hoped, her impact on the WNBA is already undeniable. Her thrilling style of play and natural ability to engage audiences both on the court and through the screen have solidified her as a key figure in the league's future. From jaw-dropping deep threes to her relentless competitive fire, Clark injected a new level of excitement into the game, attracting new fans and driving record viewership. But now, as she takes a well-earned break, the WNBA faces a major question: how to sustain momentum without the player who has quickly become its biggest star. Her absence has left a noticeable gap in energy and engagement, creating a quieter stretch for the league. Fans are already counting the days until her return, and it's clear: the WNBA needs her presence just as much as she needs this time to rest and recharge. Looking ahead, one thing is certain: Caitlin Clark's return will be one of the most highly anticipated moments in WNBA history. Her presence has reshaped the landscape of women's basketball, and when she steps back on the court, the league will once again feel the full force of her influence. Clark's star power reaches far beyond basketball. She draws fans from all over the world, and her temporary absence has made just how much she means to the sport even more apparent. Until then, the WNBA must navigate this quieter period, knowing that the eyes of the basketball world are eagerly awaiting her return. Her comeback promises to reignite the league and set the stage for yet another transformative season.